Yo, people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for another video. Big up your damn selves in the building. Make sure you smash up the likes every single damn time and subscribe if you're new. Where was I this weekend? Well, I'm getting beaten up by daffodils, bro. I am dying of hay fever. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what kind of icy pollen is in the air, but the gummy bear king cannot be getting his ass whooped by a bunch of flowers. But I am. So I'm in deep trouble. I'll be real. So yeah, I've been a little bit sneezy, sniffy. And also, I could be moving house. So I am currently in the process of potentially moving, which is, as you can imagine, a lot. So there's just so much going on right now, and I'm trying to get myself better before the Euros kicks off on Friday, but we will be bringing some videos this week. There's not really much going on. Little recap. Bro, your 30 million potential move to Everton, not really materializing, so there's no point really going on too much about that. It would be an incredible, beautiful, luxurious fee to receive, but it's not there yet. And then Petr Cech and Hazard and Joe Cole balling out at Soccerade at Stamford Bridge. So that was nice to see. But outside of that, oh yeah, Pedro Lima, we're signing another young Brazilian, a right back. Achumpong, your days are numbered, brother. But apart from that, there's not really much more going on. So we didn't miss much, but at the same time, I missed you. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay, so what are we doing today? Well, I want to kind of continue the theme of free transfers or release clauses, because that seems to be a lot of what we're dealing with, right? We love a release clause, whether it's Enzo Fernandez and Rui Costa or it's Elise at the moment. Gyökeres, obviously we were linked with, and Sesko we are currently linked with. So we love a release clause, a non-negotiable, and we love a free agent toss him. So I just wanted to just give you some names as viewers to let you ponder on, to see if I can tempt you with some fees, with some figures. I just want to see if I can tempt you for this Chelsea team. Now, we know we're not interested in Gyökeres. He has a 86 million pound release clause, 100 million euros. We move. Bruno Guimaraes is another one. If you didn't already know, 100 million pounds. Newcastle have a release clause there for him as well this summer only. But again, probably too much money. And again, we've already spent over 100 million on two midfielders. Nico Williams is another one we were previously linked with, but not for that long, because this guy is on over 200,000 euros per week. So again, we move. Neves at Benfica, a young midfielder, 120 million euros. Who would be daft enough to pay Benfica over 100 million euros for a midfielder? It's just silly stuff. Elise, 60 million pounds, as we already know, and Sesko, 55 million pounds. So I wanted to go to players that you may not know about that could add to this list and potentially could solve some positional problems for us. So one is Eze. Eze has a 60 million pound release clause. Now, we all know we need a left winger more than we need a right. We all know we're guilty in wanting Elise, and according to many reporters, we are ahead in the race for Elise, but we could accept and indulge in a left winger. I think we could all admit that we could do with a potential left winger over a right winger, considering all the stockpiling and considering Sterling's kind of inconsistent up and down season and Mudrik's kind of confusion with making runs off the ball, even though he has pace. So Eze at 60 million is there. Now, he's had 11 goals this season, 4 assists in 27 games. I want to preface that he had a couple of injury issues this season as well. 23 full 90 minutes in terms of the minutes accumulated over those 27 games. You're looking at 23 full 90s. Big chances created was like 7, half of Elanga and Kulusevski. But I do want to add that he was hampered along with Elise for half the season, just being managed by Roy Hodgson in general. I think when you take a look at the player, he's in the England squad for the Euros. It'll be interesting to see if that kind of kickstarts any interest. I think teams are already floating, already interested. Tottenham, who knows, maybe even Liverpool if they wanted to replace Diaz. But I do believe that if he has a good Euros, it could really kickstart. I like him. I like Eze. I do. I prefer Elise. I'll be 100% honest. And if considering it looks like they both have similar release clauses, I'm definitely preferring the player Elise over Eze. Elise is a bit younger, but also I just think he's a better player. I think he's got more to offer. Eze is a really good player. And I think 60 million is actually a decent deal to do. However, not for us personally, in my opinion, just purely because I see him as a similar profile to like a Carney Chukwuemeka. I think we already have it at home. You know, when you want ice cream from the ice cream van and then mum says, you've got choc ice in the freezer. We have choc ice in the freezer. And do you know what? I think our Chokai is actually quite nice. I think it's nice. I think Carney Chukwuemeka would be a very, very good option to kind of profile-wise compare with Eze. Both really good dribblers, both in really good tight space, receiving the ball in between the lines, looking to create chances off the dribble. I just think Carney Chukwuemeka, yeah, I think for me, we've already got someone that can give us that output. I definitely think he can give us that output. He's got a shot on him. Saw it against Leicester at home. Saw it in the game against West Ham when he received the injury. We've got someone there who can give us goals in Carney Chukwuemeka. Now, can he stay fit? Different question. But yeah, Eze's ability to play off the left wing, I'd say, is similar to the ability of maybe Chukwuemeka's ability to play off the left wing. I don't think either of them are out and out left wingers, but I think they can play left wing. And obviously they prefer to be in the half spaces in the 10 and whatnot. So yeah, you let me know in the comments. Do you fancy a move on that one? I mean, if you weren't to get Elise and you maybe move for Eze instead. But yeah, personally, I think we've already got a similar player like that. Solanke is another one in the Premier League again. We are also looking Premier League proven in a way. So, you know, Tossen's Premier League proven, Elise's Premier League proven. Again, just trying... Alvarez, again, would be Premier League proven. Solanke, I'm putting him on this list. He's on this list. 65 million, The Athletic. Now, 19 goals, 3 assists. That is a really good return. Diego Costa at Chelsea, when he was playing for us in the Premier League, the expectation and the roundabout figure was about 20 Premier League goals. That's what you kind of want from a striker at the top clubs. So to do it for a Bournemouth is pretty impressive. Now, to break it up, there are 2 penalties in there, 4 headers, 1 left foot, and a tap in. The rest were right foots. 42 aerial duel percentage success rate in the Premier League. And like I said, at 6'2". The reason why I mention all these things is because some of us feel that as much as we really like Alvarez, let's be honest, we really like Alvarez in terms of his shooting ability, his movement off the ball, his potential chemistries and link up with Enzo Fernandez and maybe Cole Palmer and, you know, Elise's ability to pass if we sign him. We also probably feel like we need a different type of option. Now, there's 2 ways to take this because Jackson was improving his aerial ability towards the back end. He's also really good with the hold-up play. He's really good everywhere outside of the penalty area. So you could argue we just need a shooter. And if we just get a shooter, you could play them with Jackson and Jackson just works on its aerial. And there you have it. But with those Reece James crosses, I just want someone that can attack the ball with venom, attack the ball with vim, attack the ball with velocity. Someone that actually knows what they're doing, not someone that's gambling. It feels like when Jackson goes for the headers, it's almost like a hope situation. It's almost like a, you know, heaven help me. Whereas if it's someone who's actually good in the air, this becomes a genuine tactic. And it's not something to say where we're going to be constantly crossing the aerials, but it's just nice to have a backup plan. If the low block is too low, if the low block is too compact and we need something different, even off the bench, last 15, 20 minutes, it would be nice to know that we could put a striker up there that's good in the air. We've got really good deliveries of the ball coming in from right back, right wing, wherever. And it's just an option. And in the season, you need it. And set pieces as well. Attacking and defensive. I've said it before. We need to be better at set pieces. The best Chelsea teams were slaying on set pieces. You're talking about your David Luiz's, your Terry's, your Alex, your Ivanovic, your Balak, your Drogba, I keep going. We were just so good on set pieces. When we used to go out for set pieces, people used to start crying. Like opposition fans and players alike used to start shedding tears because they just knew they weren't able to handle. So Solanke helps that. Like I said, he's got some headers on his roster. He's good in the air. I just feel like 65 million is a lot of money for someone who's not necessarily like a clear and out first choice guaranteed starter. I see Solanke as more of a rotational option or someone to bring in certain scenarios, but I wouldn't want Solanke to be my starting striker for the whole season, which is kind of mad because he did score 19 goals, but this is his best return ever. If he was to follow this up with probably maybe 1 more season or 2 more seasons, then you know it's a pattern and it's something that's consistent. But it's dangerous because I don't know if he does this again next year. But 65 million is a lot of money, so you'd have to. It's a lot of pressure. I'm throwing in Dybala as a joke because we love stockpiling right wingers. He's left-footed. He's got that flair and enthusiasm to his game. You know, that flicker trick to his play. And he's 12 million euros, 10 million pounds. It's not much money. 13 goals, 9 assists this season for Juventus, for Roma, sorry. Really good return. And he's cheap. And we love the right wing, so I just thought I'd throw him in there. And I know some of you are going to bite. I know I put that in there as a joke. Some of you are going to say £10 million for Dybala. Even with the injury record, he's a baller. And he's Argentine. Oh, no. and you're gonna go for it. So, you know, I just thought, let me just, for those weak ones, we'll put that in there. And we got one more forward. I'm gonna butcher his name because I didn't rehearse in the mirror before I started this video. Dovbyk.
Come on, you can do it.
Dovbyk.
Sound it out.
Dovbyk.
Come on.
6'2" striker from Girona. £34 million release clause. 24 goals this season and 8 assists. He smashed it up in La Liga. Absolutely smashed it up. Now, he did get 7 penalties. I wanted to dig deep on this one because 24 goals and 8 assists is no joke, right? That's over 30 GA. So I wanted to dig a bit deeper. But there are 7 penalties in there. You know, we've already got a penalty taker, so I kind of like to subtract that just to see what your open play numbers are. 4 headers, 1 right foot, and the rest on the left foot. Predominantly left-footed, and 50% aerial duel success rate. So again, another striker that potentially comes in and adds that aerial threat to his game, or adds that aerial threat to this team from an offensive and defensive standpoint. And it's a striker that hasn't really come up much, considering he's had such an incredible season just across the board. We're talking about a market where there's not many strikers available. There's not many, you know, world-class strikers out there, and the prices are looking mad. Solanke, 65 million is a lot of money. Isak was, if Newcastle were entertaining, over 100 million. Tony, I don't know what his price is going to be. No one's really spoken about him in recent weeks, etc., etc. So this player here, you let me know if you're interested. £34 million. It's a lot of goals last season in La Liga. It's not a lot of money to pay. You know, it's one of those fees that you can rotate with Jackson. You can have him on the bench and bring him on as an option if he's, you know, if he's okay with that, which I hope he would be. That's kind of what I'm selling here. I'm selling a situation where, unlike Solanke at that price, this is almost half the price. You could use this as one of a player that has experience, right? Is a bit older, but also can play off the bench and can, you know, play his part, so to speak, while we continue improving and developing Jackson. I guess it all depends on how much you as a fan believe in Jackson. After what you've seen this season, forget the Senegal one-on-one on Twitter. What you've seen this season, do you believe Jackson is good enough to become a leading striker for Chelsea in terms of finishing aerially? Obviously, the hold-up's there, I think, already. The link-up's there already. The close control and the ball-carrying ability's there already. I think he's had a really good first season. I'm really heavy, you know, on Jackson in terms of investment. But I do want competition because it's just good for his mental. It's just good for him to know that this is Chelsea and we will bench you if you're doing up the Snapchats and social medias. So, yeah, you guys let me know. Those are your options. I absolutely butchered that last guy there, but, you know, hold that. Free agents. Just before we go, free agents. I ain't going to convince you, I don't think, to take any of these guys. Actually, maybe. De Gea is still there. Don't know what this man is still doing. Just roaming around on football pitches, making saves with his training guy, but he's not got a club for a year here. We're not going to go for him. He can't play out from the back, so let's just scrap that. But I'm just adding him. Varane's there. Varane's leaving Man United. Experienced defender, French. We've got a lot of French defenders. Probably don't need another centre-back right side, but hey, I'm just putting him on there. Rabiot, another French player, leaving Juventus, seems to be on a free. Depay, good ball striker, good close control, good dribbler, very good connector. Depay, anyone on a free? Leaving Atletico. Feels like a very Inter Milan striker. Front two, I can see it already. Backing up Thuram and Martinez, yeah, 100%. Batshuayi, I've kind of just thrown him in there just to remind you he's still playing. Traore, another former winger of ours as well, way back. Ndidi, if you wanted to bring in the Maresca philosophy, the Ndidi role, he's here on a free potentially. Gabriel Barbosa, I just throw him in, a Brazilian striker we was linked with many years ago, if you remember. Martial, Lord have heavens, this brother is still injury prone here as well. Thiago as well from Liverpool, also injury prone. So yeah, those are my kind of temptations. Welcome to the temptation room, right? Welcome inside to the temptation room. If any of those names ring a bell for you or tempt you, let me know in the comments if you want any of them. But those are the prices. Those are the potential stills of the market outside of the ones we're already targeting. And then after that, it is negotiation, it is bidding wars, and it is cash money. So yeah, let's see what happens. But big up your damn selves for watching. Just a nice fun video to start the week. There's not really much news. I wanted to, bring something else to the table in terms of targets that you may have not remembered about, or, you know, may have not, you know, crossed your mind. So yeah, smash up the likes, make sure you subscribe, big up your damn selves, and I'll see you guys next time. In a bit, people. Peace.
La